hung in there for 2.5 quarters of last night's preseason game, and I like the fact that on special teams, they actually looked like a legitimate football team, which was great. Couple of big returns. But the number one thing you took out of this preseason game was what?
The number one thing, I would say that D. Milner is still D. Milner.
Yeah, he was great.
Because you kind of, during training camp, those first 2 weeks of training camp, you can get fooled because sometimes guys look okay and you're not really evaluating who they're going against. And, there's no hitting and there's a lot of rules about contact. And so sometimes it can be hard to judge. And I've seen Milner and be like, he looks okay. I haven't said he looks great, and I've seen him get beat a few times, but I've said, he's been all right. Then last night, that I looked down during that series. I guess it was the second series where it was the Jaguars starting offense still and the Jets second team defense. And I looked down and I saw Milner on Allen Robinson. And I said, oh, here we go. They're going to throw to Allen Robinson. And sure enough, 2 throws in a row, and the one was a real long one. And he did not look too good. Then he missed a tackle later. So, any hope that I think D. Milner was going to break through this year, you have to be skeptical now.
I'll tell you one thing, this kid, Jalen Marshall, actually looked pretty good. He had that big return to set up a touchdown. He caught a couple other passes, too. I mean, the Jets may have gotten something here. Now, again, it's the first preseason game. Let's not get nuts, but maybe there is something with this guy, Brian.
Yeah, and he's the opposite of what I was saying about training camp because he looked really good, and I kind of wanted to see him when the lights came on and what he could do. And the kick return was a great kick return, 84 yards, I think it was. And, he's just – you can kind of tell the coaches think they have something there because in practice, he's playing with the first team a lot. And an undrafted rookie free agent, and that doesn't usually happen. But he's getting a lot of reps with the first team. Ryan Fitzpatrick talked about how much he likes him. He's a former quarterback. He was a high school quarterback, so he kind of has – Fitzpatrick has told us he has a really good understanding of the concepts, and he kind of sees it through a quarterback's eyes, which he likes. And, he's a guy who left Ohio State early, thinking he was going to get drafted and didn't get drafted, and the Jets pounced on him. And he looks really good. And the return game was kind of a question because you don't see that in practice. And then last night he answered that question. So I think he has a pretty good shot at making the roster.
Hey, you mentioned his past quarterback play because I was reading about that last night. Can you see some potential gadget plays involving Jalen Marshall?
Not with Chan Gailey.
Not going to take advantage of the arm that he has?
I'd be surprised. I mean, Gailey, if you look back last year, Gailey didn't run one trick play. And I remember asking him about it, and he just said, I don't see the point in running trick plays. So, the trick play for the Jets is thrown to the tight end. It's not gadget plays for the wide receiver.
That's the trick play.
So I'd be surprised if they did that along the way.